tall buildings of fallen angels.
My grandma Dolores actually passed away recently, and one thing that I'll always remember about her is how we used to have family gatherings at her little apartment during holidays, and it's kind of special because it was a really small apartment and there's a lot of family members, and we were all like crammed in there and stuff.
In the cathedrals of New York and Rome, there is a feeling that you should just go home and spend a lifetime finding out just where that is.
On October 28, 1999, me and my family were spending the last few hours of vacation in our vacation house in Florida. We were getting ready to go to the airport to fly back home to Minnesota, and we were looking for Jack. I heard my dad screaming, "Where's Jack? Where's Jack?" And we all ran outside and found my brother floating face down in our pool, drowning. My dad jumped in the pool and got him out, and my mom started doing artificial respiration. The ambulances came, and he was airlifted to a hospital in Florida.
Of the head of state in the cathedrals of New York and Rome, there is a feeling that you should just go.
On December 27th, 2010, my stepdad passed away. My family and I were on vacation in Naples, Florida for Christmas break like every other year. I woke up one morning to my mom yelling at me to get out of bed. When I got into my parents' room, I saw that my stepdad was lying on the floor and my mom was on the phone with 911. I didn't know what was happening. It didn't look like he was hurt or anything, but I could tell when I looked at his face he really was. Next thing I knew, the ambulance was at my door and taking my stepdad away from us, and this was the last time he would come home.
Endlessly kneeling, sonic landscapes, echoing vistas. Someone is listening from a safe distance. The line moves slowly into a fading light, a final moment in the dead of night. In the cathedrals of New York and Rome, there is a feeling that you should just go home.
On December 3rd, 2008, Leslie Engel passed away. Leslie was a dear friend of mine from skating who was diagnosed with cancer in July of 2007. The doctors had only given her 5 months to live, however she lived much longer than that. She skated till the week before she died, which showed all of us how passionate she was about skating. At the club, she wrote us all a letter that read, "If you are reading this, then I have obviously meant a great deal to you in your life as you have in mine. I wish I had enough time to say goodbye personally to each and every one of you, but unfortunately, life's not always fair that way."
Alright, so my grandma Dolores Traxler died recently. When I was at her funeral, I just kind of was thinking, and that really came to mind, how the thought of like family and stuff. And I feel like because of this, because of my grandma, I'll carry this on throughout my life, having like the thought and emphasis on family.
Jack has taught me a lot in my life. One major thing that he's taught me is to never take life for granted, because you never know when something's going to slip away from you. Always be appreciative and remember the times that you've had together, because you never know when it's gonna slip away or end. So just always smile and be happy.
When I met my stepdad, I didn't want to face the fact that I was going to have another father figure. He took us in when he became our stepdad with open arms. My youngest sister grew up with him, and he became her father figure. People like this don't come into our lives very often, and when they do, we really need to acknowledge it and welcome them with open arms, because they have everything to offer us. He turned out to be one of the most influential people in my life. Him and I had a great relationship up until his death, and I'm really thankful for every day I had with him. I look forward to the day that I can be with him again.
On December 3rd, 2008, Leslie Engel passed away. At the club, she wrote us all a letter that read, "If I ever had gotten a new body, I would have just kept fighting and fighting because I love you all so much. Even if you are not religious, I believe there is a heaven, so I'll be able to be with you always. So this isn't nearly goodbye, just see you on the flip side. Love, Leslie. P.S. Sunflowers are my favorite, so every time you see one, think of me." Now at the club, every single time we see sunflowers, we think of Leslie, and we have a sunflower growing outside our club